Hi guys, Dr. Joe Brown. I want to talk to you guys today about diabetes, glycemic index, and specifically the three different types or classes of glycemic index and what foods you think you're eating that are good for you, that are not. So if you've seen any of the Dr. Joe Brown videos, you've probably seen a number of our videos on cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, weight loss, etc. I really try to cover quite a few different topics because I have a lot of people asking me questions on Dr. Joe, can you cover this topic? Can you go into certain things? Now, we've put out a few diabetes specific videos, but one thing that I really want to cover with you guys, and we've had questions about this, but more so than the questions, it's really, really important. I want to go over glycemic index. And what does that mean in the three classes of glycemic index? So glycemic index, there are three categories of classes of this. Essentially, how high does a food rate in the glycemic index? So if you have diabetes, you're very familiar with this. What it is you are checking. So in other words, when you eat food or drink orange juice, for example, or water or tea, whatever, with every food, there is a glycemic index. What this means is how high on a scale of 0 to 100 is it going to make your blood sugars go up, okay? Certain things that you eat make your blood sugars skyrocket. Some things should be in the average area, and the low glycemic index is what we want to be eating to not only control diabetes, but if you don't have diabetes, the more of the stuff that you eat in the low glycemic index category, you will feel better. So let me go over this. Let me start with the high glycemic index. The high glycemic index is what is greater than 70. So, and I wrote down a few of these points that I just want to cover with you, some of these foods, because a lot of people are eating certain foods and they think that they're eating healthy and they can't understand why their blood sugars are high or why their diabetic medication is not controlling their sugar level. So let me go over a few of these with you. So rice pasta. Now, a few years back, there was a huge craze on eat certain Oriental type of foods because they're more healthy for you. And the reference was made to Oriental people, specifically Japanese and Chinese people. They tend to be thinner, they tend to have better health, lower cancer rates, lower diabetic rates. And so people in the westernized world started mimicking this. And which, if you mimic it correctly, then you're going to do fine. But the problem is that you're not mimicking it correctly. And so, for example, rice pasta. So the rice noodles that people are making their pasta dish with their steamed vegetables and everything else. That rice pasta, remember I told you, the high glycemic index is greater than 70, which is really, really high. Rice pasta is greater than 95 on that index. Rice is 90. Bread is 100. So let's talk about bread for just one quick second. Bread. How many people here in America eat bread and have diabetes? A lot of them. It's because our bread has nothing but salt, sugar, preservatives, chemicals. It's been bleached. We put vitamins back in it because we bleached the bread. This is why we in Europe and America, when we eat bread, we don't feel good. We feel sluggish. We have diabetes. Other countries in Eastern Europe, Asia, they eat bread all the time and they don't have diabetes because their bread's natural. They're not putting the chemicals in it. They're not bleaching it. And they're not putting other stuff back into it. Okay? Potatoes. Potatoes falls at 95. Carrots. How many people eat carrots thinking they're doing something good? If you don't have diabetes, carrots are extremely good for you. But if you have diabetes, carrots is off limits because carrots have a number of 85. Okay? Oatmeal. Now let's talk about oatmeal for a second. A lot of people eat oatmeal for breakfast. Oatmeal is one of the best breakfast foods you can eat if you make it correctly out of certain grains. Many people go down to the local retail or grocery store and they're buying packets of oatmeal. So you buy a box, it's got 6 or 8 packets of oatmeal in it, pre-packaged oatmeal that you mix into water or milk. Those oatmeal packages are ranked at 85. You can't be eating it. Beer. That's right, I said beer. It's ranked at 100, guys. Actually, it's ranked at 100 to 110. So how many people do we know that drank beer too often and have diabetes? It's probably not just from the beer. It's probably from the chips and the corn and the pasta and everything else they were eating. But beer is 110. Popcorn. How many people, especially women, okay, I have women in my family as well, and I have a lot of women in my family who specifically wanted to lose weight. So what they do, they tried to cut back their calories, and they thought at nighttime, I'm going to snack on popcorn. Popcorn is ranked at 72. Okay, so you're getting tons of carbohydrates at that number. And the last one I'm going to list in this high area, or this high glycemic index, is glucose. Okay, so in other words, if you consume 100% sugar, which nobody's going to do, but I just want to make it so you guys understand this. When the high glycemic index class is anything greater than 70, sugar is 100. So when you have popcorn at 72 and you have beer at 100 to 110 and you have oatmeal packages at 85, these are the reasons why you guys can't be eating those foods. Now let's go to the middle class for a second. Medium class or middle class. This is anything that is between 45 to 70. Okay, so let's talk about the middle class of the glycemic index. Now this is ranked between 45 to 70. And again, let me go through some common foods that a lot of people are eating and then wondering why they don't feel good, they feel sluggish, they feel tired, and their blood sugars are high. Orange juice, it's ranked at 65 because you're getting too much blood sugar into your system all at one time. So if you're going to drink juice, please drink it if you don't have diabetes. But if you have diabetes, or if you don't have diabetes and you're going to drink it, don't drink it all at one time. Drink a little bit, let some time go by, eat something healthy, drink a little bit more. Because otherwise you're spiking your blood sugars even though it's orange juice. Okay? Jam, it's ranked at 65. Pizza, ranked at 60. Bananas, healthy food for you, high in potassium, high in calcium, high in vitamins and minerals. Okay? Bananas, ranked at 60. Grapes, 65. Ketchup or most sauces. So how many of us, hamburgers and steak and chicken and salads and the things that we're eating, are we then turning right to the refrigerator and putting 3 or 4 different sauces on the kitchen table? Well, each one of those sauces are ranked at a minimum of 55 or higher. Okay? So even if you're eating healthy and you're eating a chicken salad or you're eating whatever, once you turn to the dressings, you're spiking your blood sugars and your calorie content. Okay? Last one I wanted to list in this medium area, or this medium glycemic index of 45 to 70, is yogurt. Because a lot of people will turn to yogurt, especially diabetics, because yogurt is high in protein and yogurt provides natural probiotics to your gut. It's a very good source of calcium and magnesium, etc. If you're going to buy yogurt and you buy regular yogurt, yogurt has a rating of 52. So you got to be careful because most yogurts have sugar and salt and other fructose or sucrose added to them. So read the ingredient label. Okay? Now that we've talked about the medium and the high glycemic index classes, let's talk about what the hell can I eat? Because I know that's what everybody's waiting for. And I'm going to give you my trick to this. So this is Dr. Joe Brown's trick to control sugar levels. So hold out for that because I'm going to come right back to that. Let's talk about the low glycemic index. That is anything that is less than 45. And now what I want to do is I want to specifically focus on, well, okay, I know what I can't eat. I know what is in the high area and even in the medium area. What can I eat? Peanuts. They're only ranked at 14. Good source of protein, good source of vitamins, minerals. Eggs. Eggs, even though are ranked somewhere between the low to medium range, eggs actually don't affect most people's blood sugars. So eggs are a good choice. Just don't eat them every day or too often, because you can actually get high cholesterol and or heart problems from it if you eat them every single day or frequently. Cheese or milk products. Most cheeses and most milk products are great for diabetics. They're ranked at around 27, so very low glycemic index, really healthy for you, high in calcium. A personal favorite of mine, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is usually 8 to 9 grams of protein, very low in calories, but make sure that you're getting it without extra sugar added or extra flavoring added, because sometimes they will put in vanilla flavored or strawberry flavor or what have you. Get regular 2% or 0% cottage cheese. It actually tastes really good, high in protein, low in calories, and low on the glycemic index. Cabbage usually is between about 10 to 15. Mushrooms, 10. Bell peppers, 10. Onions, about 30. Garlic, around 15 to 20. Lentils, very, very good source of protein. Only ranks at 25. Very good for diabetics. Cucumbers, 20. Tomatoes and broccoli, both at 10. Radishes, something to snack on, 15. Meat sources, chicken, pork, red meat. Okay, these all essentially have a 0 rating of the glycemic index. Some glycemic indexes will rank chicken, for example, up to 10. But most meat products or meat sources, whether it's turkey, chicken, red meat, pork, doesn't matter. It usually doesn't alter your blood sugars, not even one bit. Okay, so make sure you are getting in enough protein sources and then substitute it with different vegetables and things that are low on this glycemic index. And again, I just want to preference that there is hundreds of foods, especially meats and proteins and vegetables, that you can eat for morning, lunch, dinner, snacks that will never alter your blood sugar levels. So don't feel like there's nothing for me to eat. Just get out of the canned food and frozen food section and start eating fresh, because you will feel better and your blood sugars aren't going to be spiking. A couple last things on this list. So we talked about yogurt just a second ago. Make sure that when you're buying yogurt, you are buying plain 0 or 2% yogurt, because it actually comes in at a rating of 14. Very, very low on the glycemic index. Last two things I want to leave you here with is squash and avocados, which are right at 10 to 15. Good sources of essential fatty acids, good sources of vitamins and minerals, help to fill you up, and you can mix this in, if you're going to bake something or grill something. Tastes really, really good, not going to alter your blood sugar levels. Now, let me tell you Dr. Joe's secret to keeping your blood sugars low. If you are going to eat something, for example, so you decide I'm going to have a Granny Smith apple, which reads at about a 30 glycemic index. Put a little bit of cinnamon on it. And this is my secret that I've been telling people for years, is that probably 20 plus years actually. Cinnamon will lower blood sugar levels in your system. It inhibits the way that the sugar is being absorbed. Now, don't go crazy and eat tons and tons of cinnamon, okay? Because it does have an effect on your blood levels, especially your red blood cell levels, if you eat too much of it. But nobody's going to eat that much of it. But make sure you are eating or putting or sprinkling on cinnamon on some of the fruits like green apples, on some of your breakfast foods like the oatmeal, because any of these things that are in the low or even medium category that you may eat once in a while that will be raising your blood sugars, as long as you sprinkle some cinnamon on it, it will actually decrease that glycemic index and your blood sugars. So my name is Dr. Joe Brown. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching.